Session number 2. In here, getting it in. Get ready. What we doing, man?
We running the court. They in the bottom spot.
And they still lost.
Look, Trey on
This story, I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. I was in the gym. I wanted to say I was getting ready for Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter. So I'm looking, I'm type nervous for him. I'm like, why is he in the ring with this big old dude? And man, I swear he done caught this dude on the chin. Boom, dude, wobbling all around the ring.
Crawford just released his training video for the Canelo fight, and it's already clear he's treating this as far more than just another bout, something his trainer, Bomac, has emphasized. Bomac revealed that he's brought a serious weapon into camp. Lester Martinez, a fighter who doesn't just match Canelo's size but brings real danger to the ring. Martinez recently demolished the previously undefeated Johann James with a casual-looking fourth-round knockout, a result that only comes from a rare mix of power and speed. That's exactly why Bomac wants Martinez pushing Crawford to his limits in every sparring session.
Yeah, man, nobody really heard about him. Some heard about him. Well, his name is Lester Martinez, man. He's from Guatemala. And, man, that boy bad as shit. I tell you, 168 pounds, he bad as shit. He got a couple to world championships, 168 pounds.
Martinez walks around as a natural super middleweight, the same weight class Canelo dominates, but Crawford has never fought there, not even once in a sanctioned bout. He ruled at 140, reigned at 147, and dipped into 154 just once, but now he's skipping the rest of the weight classes and diving straight into the deep end against one of the greatest ever. Canelo has sat on the throne for years, having faced and handled bigger men with more power than Crawford has ever had to deal with. But none of that matters to Crawford, and Bomac doesn't care either.
Believes in hardcore boxing fans. They know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to be Smith. This is real simple. Real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Okay, Terence going to get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
Bomac was direct when asked about the size disadvantage. He didn't deny it exists, but he dismissed it as a decisive factor. "No, I'm not worried about size," he said. "Terence has a great eye for boxing and a great boxing IQ. The only person who can beat Terence is himself." That level of confidence isn't new in Crawford's camp, but against a naturally bigger fighter like Canelo Alvarez, it will be tested more than ever. Bomac admitted that feeling worry is a natural part of preparing for any fight, but it's not what defines them. He's made it clear that he trusts who Crawford is and what drives him. This fight is about legacy, and, above all, silencing those who say it can't be done by doing what no one else ever
has. The size and the strength of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this. The man must have seen something when he called Canelo out. Because you got to remember, Bud called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win. And he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get into that point.
Crawford is chasing something no one else has achieved in this era, becoming undisputed in 3 weight divisions. He's already accomplished it at 140, and did it again at 147 with a career-best performance against Errol Spence Jr., scoring multiple knockdowns and stopping a previously unbeaten unified champion. Now, the fight against Canelo at 168 represents a leap beyond what anyone has seriously attempted. Crawford isn't getting a soft entry into super middleweight. He's going straight at the #1 fighter. When asked if this is Crawford's toughest challenge yet, Bomac didn't hesitate. "Oh yeah," he said. "Just look at the level of accomplishment."
I got the reach over. He meant the reach over. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously.
I'm just saying, man.
No. But
sums up the respect they have for Canelo, the experience, the belts, the legendary names on his resume. Golovkin, Kovalev, Plant, Smith, Saunders, Canelo has walked through some of the most respected fighters across multiple divisions.
G on Bud's resume. There's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Hey, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't.
That experience brings more than just technique and durability. It brings composure and timing. Canelo knows how to control the rhythm of a fight, how to conserve energy, pick his spots, and make opponents feel the weight of his presence even when he's not throwing punches.
I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. That happened, yes, absolutely. No, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in division. You know, being that these guys are slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. You know, they might catch him with a hard shot.
This composure was also highlighted by Dmitry Bivol in his analysis. The Russian light heavyweight, one of only 2 men to defeat Canelo, was recently ringside and shared his thoughts on the matchup following Canelo's win over Munguia. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, Bivol emphasized that Crawford's mentality would be the key factor. He praised Crawford's mindset as that of a true champion and said it's what will make this fight stand out from all the rest.
Terence Crawford, what do you like to Canelo versus Go? Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. So that Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford.
In the Munguia fight, Bivol observed that Canelo controlled the entire pace. When he wanted to rest, he could rest. But Bivol expects something very different against Crawford. There will be no easy breaks, no control without resistance. Crawford won't allow Canelo to dictate the fight at will. That's the perspective of someone who's shared the ring with Canelo and truly understands how difficult it is to unseat him.
Let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants. Because we could see this fight, Canelo did everything. When he won a rest, he could rest easy, in this fight. Yep. Yeah, of course, when he wants to work, that guy didn't give to work. Just rest.
And
I think with Crawford, it will be harder to rest.
Still, Crawford is not Bivol. He's not a natural 175-pounder. He's a natural 135 who has climbed the ladder through discipline, training, and years of steady, controlled progression. The jump to 168 means he'll be facing an opponent who can absorb shots that once dropped welterweights. For Crawford, that means his timing, footwork, and adaptability all have to scale up with him. He needs to carry enough power to earn Canelo's respect, without sacrificing the speed and accuracy that define his style. Striking that balance is the central focus of this camp, and that's exactly what Lester Martinez is helping him prepare for.
No problem. I mean, I respect that. Trying to see the stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. I can see the same thing. You shot that Alvarez fighting another time. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford went from 47 to 54 to fight Magdalene. What did you do to Magdalene?
The fight will be promoted by Dana White under the new TKO banner, a partnership between White and Saudi boxing official Turki Alshik. It marks White's first official step into boxing promotion since TKO's formation, and he's making that debut on a massive stage, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, on September 12th, under the Riyadh season banner. Alshik has called it the fight of the century, and has hinted at major TV platform announcements to come. This is being set up as more than just a title bout. It's a true crossover moment for boxing, an event designed to unite multiple audiences around two fighters who represent elite skill, global appeal, and the kind of name recognition that transcends the sport.
If he allowed me, ask him which the first event fight he will have in September. Ask him if you want to answer.
So is Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White clearly stating that the first main event / card we're going to see of TKO boxing is Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford? Is this all a part of Turki Al-Sheikh's blueprint for Canelo Alvarez to fight for undisputed in May?
For Crawford, the motivation isn't financial or promotional. He made that clear after Canelo's win over Munguia, saying, "I'm feeling blessed. Everything happens for a reason, and there is a reason why I am here." Crawford's confidence isn't just a slogan, it's a belief system. He's always been self-assured, focused, and uninterested in talking unless it's absolutely necessary. When asked why he thinks he can dethrone Canelo, he answered with the same unwavering tone that has defined his entire career: "Because I am the best." That is why everyone is going to come and watch on September 12th. Canelo, in turn, nodded in respect, acknowledging the confidence and conviction Crawford brings to the table.
We'll fight you in the future. Obviously not Crawford, but with that kind of mindset, they just want to last the game.
That's a mediocre mind. Because they come just to survive.
There are even rumors circulating among fans that this fight will be streamed live on Netflix. Al-Sheikh made the matchup happen after persistent public requests and, likely, high-level negotiations behind the scenes. Canelo had previously dismissed the idea of facing Crawford, viewing it as a lose-lose situation due to the size disparity. Beating a smaller man would open him to criticism, while losing would damage his status. However, that tone shifted once Al-Sheikh got involved. Canelo explained, "Everybody is asking for the fight. My Nino, Turki Al-Sheikh wants it. So that is why we are here."
Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast, bang on him, and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make
Crawford is one of the best out there, Canelo said. And I like to share the ring with that kind of fighter. For someone like Alvarez, who has faced everyone from Shane Mosley to Floyd Mayweather to Gennady Golovkin, that's high praise. The admiration between the two is mutual, but the fight itself is still very real. Bomac also admitted that this could be Crawford's final fight. At nearly 38, with titles in multiple divisions and nothing left to prove, the opportunity to retire on top looms large. "Yeah, it probably could," Bomac said, without hesitation. "There's no doubt."